We're in a world of distraction where what is said is more important than what is done. So, for example, you've got this hate crime bill which has come out in Scotland, where 40 extra police are completely tied up processing allegations, which are presumably going to go almost nowhere. And so that's a waste of time. And then you've got the obsessive demands are highlighted by Ian Hislop the other day in the Newsagents podcast, where politicians, particularly on the hard right, Liz Truss, Farage, Boris, are all trying to lad it up and pretend that they are part of the ordinary working class people. It's absurd. This masquerade of putting on dungarees and pretend. It's like building your own cowshed and pretending to milk a cow in the backside of Versailles. This is a nonsense. This is patronising and pompous, but in the end, it's a distraction. And it's all about the image, which is more important than the reality. And the image, this image of, you can see it's false, because on the one hand, you've got this image of being working class mate, together with a sort of relaxed vowels, and at the same time, you've got the demand for deference because of school title, background, education, political power, and the panoply of pageantry that goes with being a parliamentary member. I suddenly say that, and then I think that Farage was in my original list. Farage doesn't have all the panoply of power that goes with his position, but he certainly has the laddish mentality. And for Farage to claim that he's just a lad, and that he'd infiltrated the high ranks of the bankers as an ordinary lad, what utter rubbish! He had a public school education. He rose through the system. He took advantage of the system. And he sat for 20-odd years in the European Parliament perfecting his skills, and his skills are considerable. But they are nevertheless the skills of rhetoric, not the skills of action. And similarly, Boris. Boris was almost born with those skills. It's genetic rather than learnt. And but it's something that he's supremely gifted. Liz Truss is supremely useless, but somehow she feels entitled, as indeed does Suella Braverman, as indeed does Jenrick. Well, Jenrick is not only useless, but completely unmemorable. I defy anyone to single out Jenrick in a crowd. Jason Cleverly, much the same sort of thing. And it's sad that these people think that their words are more important than their deeds. It's sad. And then you look up at Scotland, how words have now been singled out as more important than deeds. Words can hurt. Sticks and stones may hurt my bones, but words can never hurt me. No, they can hurt. Words can be very destructive. Words have a lingering effect. But before we start looking at the value of words, we ought to emphasize the value of deeds, both good and bad. And then we should come to words. But we seem to be putting words well above anything else at the moment. That cannot be good.